this app, all you're going to do is basically answer questions, right? And in return, you're going to get the questions answered by the friends that you invite.
Uchi is a free app. Mm-hmm. And Uchi in Japanese means in-group or inner circle. So it's all about connecting with the people closest to you, the people who matter most to you. So it's like your family, your close friends, maybe, you know, if there's, you know, a couple people from your volleyball team or your sewing club or whatever. It's just a handful of people. It's not about inviting everybody, which is like any of the other social platforms where it's like, how many people can I be connected with on, you know, LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram? That's not Uchi. So on the free side of Uchi, the way it works is there's this whole database of questions that are available for free that anybody can answer. And you go in and you answer questions. They come in sets of 10. So an Uchi topic is a set of 10 questions, but you do not have to answer all the questions in a topic. You don't have to answer the questions in order. You can bounce around. You can skip from topic to topic, answer a question here, a question there. The topics are all like, you know, the 10 questions are related, but you don't have to answer all 10 and you don't have to answer in order. Just skip and bounce around. Okay, so on Uchi, you answer questions and then only your Uchi friends, like your family, your friends, your you know, volleyball team members, a couple of those, whoever is important to you, only your friends can read your Uchi answers. Okay, so it's very private. It's not, nothing is public on Uchi ever. Only your friends can read those answers, and they can only read an answer if they've already answered that question. So you have to contribute in order to consume. Okay. So it will just show up as like, if let's say your husband answered a question that you have not answered, it'll show up in your feed that your husband, you know, the name, answered this question, and it'll just be a little treasure chest. So it's locked. And then you click on it, you answer it, and then it will unlock his answer for you if he's given you access, which he probably has because it's showing up in your feed. But again, it won't open up until you answer that question.
I have a question. So can I choose which friends are able to see that one question, or is it open to all of my friends on the Uchi app?
You can choose which of your Uchi friends can see answers. And to do that, you can put your Uchi friends into different groups. So you just do that in your settings under the Uchi settings. And you can put people into different groups. Nobody knows which group they're in or anything. And you can have groups of just one person. Right? So if you want to put all your Uchi friends in each of their own group, then what you'll see on the app, whenever you answer a question, you'll see a toggle for each group that you've created. So it's up to you. You can create as many groups as you want. So if you have 50 friends, you can have 50 groups. Right? And then you can have even more groups by pairing people and so on and so forth. But you just manage that. And then for each question that you answer, just toggle which groups, which people will have access. And the people that do not have access, for them, when they log into their account, they won't even know that you have ever even answered a given question because they don't have access to you. They won't even know it's available. They won't even know that you answered it because they don't have access to it.
Gotcha.
So that's groups. Okay. And all of that's free. All of that's free.
Okay. So guide me through it. So if I first open the app, the first thing I'm going to see is my homepage, correct?
It's your feed, right?
Okay. So the Uchi feed I see, and then there's 3 toggles at the top. There's like Uchi, and there's Uchi tribes, and then there's me. Can you explain that to me? What are the 3?
Absolutely. So the 3 toggles are to organize which answers and comments are going to show in your feed. So if you toggle just the Uchi on, then that's all of your Uchi friends, all of the answers and comments that your Uchi friends have made, that will show up in your feed in chronological order with the newest first. Okay. Then if you're in some Uchi tribes, which we haven't talked about yet, but will. An Uchi tribe is a private group of people that you can be a part of. And it's a different area. And when you're in an Uchi tribe, anybody in an Uchi tribe does not have access to your regular Uchi activity. Only the people in an Uchi tribe have access to what's the activity in that Uchi tribe. So if you want to turn off all of your regular Uchi activity and just see all of your Uchi tribe activity, because you can be in many, many different Uchi tribes, then you toggle off the Uchi and toggle on the Uchi tribes, and then only the activity from your Uchi tribes will show up again in chronological order with the newest on top.
Okay.
All the answers and comments from there.
Now, if I haven't answered any questions whatsoever, though, this is my very first time opening the app. The only thing I'm going to see here is the two buttons that say answer questions and invite friends, correct?
Exactly, because you don't have anything in your feed. Just like on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, there's nothing in your feed yet because you don't have any friends yet, and you haven't answered any questions yet.
So the purpose of the app, and correct me if I'm wrong, then, is basically the entire overall concept of the app is answering and asking questions, or answering questions, so that you can get the same response from, or ask the same question to somebody else in your group, right? So it's kind of like that give and take, like answering questions, but it's not like a chat kind of thing. It's none of that stuff, right?
It's like, not a chat in the sense that, like, it's not so much of a real-time activity. Usually you'll answer questions on your own time, and you'll read answers whenever they're available, whenever someone else, or maybe the next day you'll read it. And I was going to say something else about that. It's an opportunity for people to share their perspective on a given question, and you always have to share your perspective first before you can hear or read somebody else's perspective. Yeah. So it levels the playing ground, and it helps guide the conversation because we start with the same question.
Right.
And for the free side, all the questions come from Uchi. It's not like ask.com or Quora or some of those other platforms where you pose a question out to the universe and a whole bunch of people answer it. That is not Uchi.
Right. So I think that is sorry to interrupt, but I think that is something that we need to, because I didn't know what to expect when I first opened the app, right? So I think that making that super clear, like, this app, all you're going to do is basically answer questions, right? And in return, you're going to get the questions answered by the friends that you invite, into the app. And now these questions are pre-populated for you, right? Some of them are a little more trivial than others, so to speak. Yep. But the whole idea is to get to know each other at a deeper level, right? No matter how quote-unquote trivial the questions are.
Right, just below surface typically. And like you said, the app is all about answering questions, sharing your perspective, and hearing your Uchi friend's perspective. But then once you're able to read each other's answers, you can then comment and reply and ask follow-up questions and have conversation back and forth with those people under that answer. And what's also unique about Uchi, which is very different than like a group text message or WhatsApp group or a thread on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever, is that all of the conversations, all the comments back and forth are siloed. And what I mean by that is, let's say you and I both answer the same question and we're friends. So you and I, and whoever else has access to it, you and I can go back and forth and have a whole conversation under your answer to a question. We go back and forth under your answer to a question. Okay. And that's all independent and by itself. But then we can have a completely different conversation in a completely separate thread under my answer to the same question.
Okay.
So now these conversations, pardon me?
Your friends will see that. Not mine.
My friends will see that. Whoever my friends are, if they've answered that question, they'll see all the commenting back and forth under my answer to a question. And even if like you're commenting under my answer and somebody else is commenting under my answer, even if you two both are not friends, you'll both see each other's comments under my answer to the question. But my friends who are not friends with you will not have access to your answer and the conversation under your answer to that same question.
Gotcha.
Because it's private.
Gotcha.
That
That's
makes sense?
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's
Privacy
perfect.
is key. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
perfect.
all of that is free, right?
Okay.
All of that is free. The fee-based side of Uchi is Uchi Tribes. And we brand that in different ways depending on different markets, but it all boils like education or business or mentoring or foster care or events, webinars or in-person events. These are all different ways of branding Uchi Tribes. And an Uchi Tribe is what you pay, a person pays for it. Only the tribe leader pays to create an Uchi tribe. Only the leader pays for an Uchi tribe, and a leader, can create as many Uchi tribes as they want, and anybody can be a part of as many Uchi tribes as they want, but you have to be invited into an Uchi tribe by a tribe leader, right? It's not like you go searching for Uchi tribes to join, like on chat rooms from the AOL days. That is not Uchi. Everything is invitation only. Okay. In fact, even on the regular Uchi app, the free side, when you have Uchi friends, the only way to find people to be friends with is to invite them by their email address or to be invited by them because they know your email address. There's no feature to search for a person on Uchi. Again, privacy is everything. You cannot even search for somebody on Uchi. That doesn't exist. Okay. So you don't even have to create a profile. I mean, you have an account with your password and that kind of stuff, but you don't have a profile because you know the people that you're connecting with on Uchi. You're just trying to have deeper, more substantive connections.
Gotcha.
Okay, so back to Uchi tribes. Is an Uchi tribe leader creates an Uchi tribe by coming up with up to 10 questions for a topic and inviting up to 10 people, pairing those together, and that is an Uchi tribe. And the people that an Uchi tribe leader invites can be in their network or outside of their network.
Okay.
Right? So you can have a regular Uchi, your free Uchi can be your friends and family, but I want to make a Uchi tribe for some team building at work. So I invite a bunch of colleagues at work into a little Uchi tribe. Well, that's like taking those 10 people and putting them on an island and having conversation around the 10 questions that the Uchi tribe leader came up with. And there's a fee for that. And you can go to uchiconnection.com/Uchi tribe and find, and buy it there actually. So it's whenever you pair a group of questions with a group of people, that's an Uchi tribe. A second Uchi tribe you'd have to pay for again would be the same people and a different set of questions. That's another Uchi tribe. Or if you had different people and the same set of questions, that's another Uchi tribe. And you can just keep doing this over and over and over. And what we've learned is that when there's like 10 people and 10 questions, it usually takes about 1 to 2 weeks for everybody to have a chance to answer the questions and comment back and forth and have conversation. And then the conversations naturally fade out, just like normal conversations come to an end.
Right.
But it's always available. Like you can always go back to it because it's in your account. So you can always access it. But Uchi tribe conversations usually last about 1 to 2 weeks. But if somebody, edits an answer or adds to an answer or answers something, weeks later, then anyone in the Uchi tribe will get their notification. If their notifications are turned on, they'll get notification that, there's a new answer in this Uchi tribe to read and respond to.
Awesome. Thank you. So guide me through the other tabs. There's once I hit the home, right, which I have a couple questions in there with my husband and whatnot. The next one is a little group thingy, right? So the little group.
Right.
I don't know if you can see it.
I'll just go to mine.
Yeah, the second button.
So that's where you manage all of your Uchi friends. And then so there's a tab for your Uchi, which are your like friends and family, and there's a tab for Uchi tribe to manage all of the Uchi tribes that you're a part of. Okay. Now, and within your Uchi, that's where you can create groups. So you'll see all the different people that are, it's like all your friends on Facebook. So you'll see all of that, and then you can put them into groups, however you want, if you want to. You don't have to, but it's up to you if you want to. If you don't do it, the default is all of your Uchi friends can have access to any of your answers on your regular Uchi, not in any of your Uchi tribes, just in your regular Uchi activity, as long as they've answered that question.
Gotcha. So for the Uchi tribe, if you don't mind, I would love to make a suggestion there to put like an upgrade now, so that people can actually buy the subscription from right then and there, because that's another thing. I had no idea that was like a paid version of it, right?
Okay.
If you put like you're not part of any Uchi conversations yet, lead a Uchi tribe conversation, here's the membership, right? So you can add like a pay button right there so that people can find it easier, right?
Right. Okay. Right.
Now, but I could be part of an Uchi tribe that I've been invited to, correct? And that's where it would show if there was another leader somewhere else.
Yeah, and you'll get a notification right there at the top of the homepage when you've been invited. If someone's invited you to be an Uchi friend, or if you've been invited to an Uchi tribe, it'll show right there at the top, and you can go check it out and accept or reject that invitation. And it's free to join an Uchi tribe when you've been invited. So it's only the Uchi tribe leader who pays.
That pays for it, right? But yeah, you could just include like lead a Uchi tribe or something like that for there, so that people can buy it. Okay, so the plus button in the middle is add friend, add Uchi topic, and add Uchi tribe. So
right, so that's like what you were talking about with the upgrade. So if you want to add Uchi tribe, it will actually take you to the website and explain how that works there. And if you say add Uchi topic, this is a feature that no one's really used, but I would love them to use it, is if you wanted to offer an Uchi topic that would be available for anybody on the app, then you can come up with a topic of 10 questions and your name, and it will get loaded into the free side of Uchi. And then anybody who's on the app will have access to that topic of questions that you created. But just because you created it does not mean you have access to their answers.
Right. Yeah.
Because you have to be friends. But it gives the users a chance to come up with questions that anybody on the app can answer for themselves.
Contribute to the app. Yeah,
contribute to the app. Make the app what you want it to be. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then to invite a friend, that's just a quick little easy place to invite your Uchi friends just to get started. You can do it from the regular menu. You can do it from the Your Uchi page and tab, or right from the plus button just to add a friend, and it'll walk you through, inputting their email address, or if you want to give Uchi access to your contacts on your phone, then you can give it permission, and then it's just easier to find who you want to invite as an Uchi friend.
Right. So, awesome. Anything else you wanted to add about the plus sign in the middle?
No, I think that really covers it. You can find everything also just using the 3-line hamburger menu in the top right corner in the general menu, but the plus is just a little bit easier.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so then the fourth button is the little, the questions thing.
Yeah, so that's like the super fun one, right? Because that fourth button gets you to the Uchi topics. So the Uchi topics are all of the free topics and questions that are built in to the app. So you click on that fourth button, you go to Uchi topics, and you can just scroll and scroll, and it'll just keep loading more and more topics. And, each topic has 10 questions, but again, you can go in any order, bounce around, and then the little dots, 1 through 10 for each question. Each one of those dots, it'll change color based on the activity. Right. So like if it's gray, that means nothing's been done. If it's purple, that means, oh, there's something to look at here. If it's green, that means you've done everything that can be done on that. But what's also interesting to note is if you click on, instead of one of the buttons, if you click on the topic title or description of the topic, then it'll take you to another screen where you can read all 10 of the questions, and you can scroll that way. And you can also see who of your Uchi friends have answered.
Wait, where is this? Say that again.
So if you, right? If you click on an Uchi topic, just click on like the title of that topic.
Okay, let's suppose I hit on getting started.
Perfect. Okay. So you click on that. Now, did it go to a page and you can scroll up and down on that page and see all the questions?
Yes, it looks like my husband answered all 10 of those questions.
Okay.
And I've answered all but 3 of them.
Okay. And you can see that he's answered, and you'll see his little icon there under each question. And you can click on a question and go into it and answer it or read the answers. You can also see if there are comments available under somebody's, in their icon. It'll say how many comments are there. It'll be gray if you've read all the comments. It'll be yellow with a number of how many comments are still available that you haven't read yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's a way to start organizing, like, am I caught up? Have I read everything that's available to me? Mm-hmm. And there's other numbers like that, around the app, but it just lets you know, like, what do I need to catch up on?
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's really cool. So,
and then just hit the back button in the lower left corner is better than hitting the back button on an Android phone or on a Apple phone. Right. I don't know exactly how you do it. But
I see that at the top, there's popular with friends, new answers, comments and replies, and then recently changed. So
yes.
Does that mean, is that like a sorting?
It's a sorting. Yep. That is a sorting option that you can just choose however you want to sort the topics so that it's just a little bit easier and more relevant for you to find, the answers that you want to engage with.
Gotcha. Now, I see that in my case, when I see, for example, under new answers or whatever, there's like a little 3 with a like orange or
right
or whatever.
That means you have 3 answers available to you that you haven't read yet.
Okay. Oh, because I haven't answered those 3 questions.
Well, that's right. Why. So you can't even read them yet because you haven't answered them, but they're available to you.
Okay. I see. And then on the recently changed, that would be, obviously we haven't answered enough for the filter to really work at.
To really be helpful. Right. Okay.
And
it's a little different than the toggle buttons on the homepage, which is the feed, because that's just, everything's always in chronological order. That's our algorithm, by the way. So anyone who wants to know about Uchi's algorithm for what shows up in your feed, because all the social platforms have algorithms to guide what they want you to see. On Uchi, the algorithm is chronological order, and it's only your Uchi friends or people in Uchi tribes that you're a part of. That is it. That is our entire algorithm. It's always chronological. The toggles just will show you what you want to see. So it's either all of your Uchi activity, all of your Uchi tribe activity, or all of your activity. And you can toggle all 3 on, or you can toggle all 3 off. Right. Obviously if all 3 are off, there won't be anything.
There won't be anything. Oh yeah, I already did that.
If you want to see all of your activity, just toggle off the Uchi and the Uchi tribe and just keep me, my activity on. I mean, can you imagine going to Facebook and just seeing your activity? You got to go to like your profile page and then scroll down. And I mean, like, to find it is just a challenge, you know? On Uchi, we just toggle it right on your homepage.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. Now, the last one, the fifth button on the right, I see that is the Uchi tribe button. Is that right?
That's the Uchi tribe. So that's all of the Uchi tribes that you are a part of.
How is that different from that second button when I click on it and it has the Your Uchi and then the Uchi tribe?
The second button in the footer is just a list of the friends in your Uchi or the Uchi tribes that you're a part of.
Okay.
The fifth button in the footer is all of the Uchi tribes that you're a part of, and that's where you access all the questions from the Uchi tribes.
Okay.
So it's just like the fourth button, where the fourth button is all the Uchi topics available on the free side of Uchi. The fifth button is all the Uchi tribes that you have access to, and then that's when you start answering those questions.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And you can 100%. Sort, you know, the same way: popular, new answers, new comments and replies, or what's been recently changed.
Awesome.
You can sort.
Beautiful. Now.
And that's the fifth button. Yep.
Awesome. Now let's talk about the little burger. So the little burger.
The hamburger.
The hamburger, yeah.
Menu.
That should tell you how techie I am.
That's okay.
I actually used to be a computer programmer. Believe it or not. That was
oh my God! But things change so fast in software. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But anyway, that's a conversation for another day. So, okay. So if I go to Uchi topics, which is the first one, that just takes me to the is the same thing, or is equivalent to the fourth button at the bottom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. And then the Uchi tribe is equivalent to the fifth button.
Yes.
Okay. And then your Uchi friends, that is equivalent to the second button.
Right.
Okay. And then profile and settings.
Right. That's where you can change your email address or your password, or you can upload your photo so that, you know, people can see your face.
Yeah, notifications.
Right. And something else that I'd really like to highlight in your profile and settings, actually, and really quickly, at the bottom of that, that's where you can set your notifications, which there are only two options for notifications: invitations and answers and comments. But that's also where you can delete your account. And, you know, I hate when it feels like launching a nuclear weapon procedure to delete an account on an app or a website. But with this, you click the delete my account button. Our administration will get an email notification. We go through a verification process. And then if you verify it, then boom, it's deleted, gone, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
So it's really an easy process to delete your account, but we do have to verify that you are who you say you are. But the thing that I'd really like to highlight in the in your Uchi profile, again, only you have access to your Uchi profile. Nobody else has access to your Uchi profile.
Okay.
Okay. It shares with you all of the answers that you've made and all the comments that you've made, like how many, and it separates it by regular Uchi, which is your friends, and Uchi tribe. So all of the answers and comments that you've made through the Uchi tribes that you've been a part of. But right below that, there's a button called Uchi Legacy, your Uchi Legacy. And this is a button that if you click it, you will get an email from Uchi with a link to a PDF file of every answer and every comment that you have ever made on the app.
Okay.
It'll give it to you in a giant PDF file, well, depending on how many you've done, but it'll give you the topic, the question, and your answer, and any comments that you've made under that answer for every question that you've answered. And this feature is free and it's unlimited. You can do it as often as you want. You get all of your data instantly. Anytime you want, you get it.
I see it.
Now, sometimes the comments might not make total sense because you were going back and forth with other people on the thread. And we do not give you their comments because they own their comments. You own your comments. Right. So it's only your data, but you have a record of all of your data.
Okay.
And that's free and that's unlimited.
That is really cool. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, I was able to open it on my device real quick. Right then.
Oh, good. You've already done it.
Yeah, I just did it.
That
I'm like,
easy,
I want
right?
to see what it is. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty simple. Okay, awesome. All right. So then the after the profile is Love Uchi, please review. So that should take you probably to the
App Store, Google
App Store,
Play,
Google
and
Play.
yep, you
Yeah.
can write a review.
It is not taking me for some reason. So you might want
Oh,
to troubleshoot that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I clicked
That
on
link
it
might be broken.
and it's not, yeah, the link might be broken. It's not taking me to the Play Store, but
Yep, me
provide
either.
feedback. It's taking me to the Uchi connection, and then you can leave. Awesome. So you can leave your name and so on and so forth. Okay. And then help slideshow. You said you were gonna update that.
Yeah, it's a little outdated, but it just kind of explains some of the color coding and how to find your questions in Uchi topics and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you can just make it a video, it would probably be so much easier to just.
It probably would, but to upload a video to the Uchi app would be a whole nother story, probably.
Never
But
mind.
we'll
I don't
see.
know what it goes into building an app,
That could be a
so
programming thing, but we'll see. We'll see
yeah.
what I can do. I might be able to. It might be very easy. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll upload this video.
There you go. Just take me out of it. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
So awesome. So, and then you have the privacy policy. Cool.
Which is very important, and we make that as readable as possible and as simple as possible. You know, we follow all of the guidelines, including the GDPR guidelines for Europe. You know, we follow all the safety, security, privacy guidelines.
Awesome. That sounded very awesome, except I don't know what you're talking about, but that's great. As long as you know what you're talking about, that's what matters. And then you can log out, close the menu, and then there's another one that has my email at the bottom.
Right. So you know that this is your account, because logging out, you know, that was something that somebody mentioned a while back about the option to log out, just so that with all the tracking that's being done by most apps. Now, Uchi doesn't track anything, but most other apps do. So logging out was very important to this person. I'm like, well, that's no problem. But what's also really good about logging out is that, you know, Uchi education. So for schools, whether it's K through 12 or university level, higher ed, you know, let's say you have a family and there's only one smartphone or one device in that family, but you've got 3 kids that are using Uchi in school. Well, just log out of your account. The next person can log into their account, and now they can use Uchi, you know, with all of their own information. So you can use one device and just log in and out of the app and have all of your own information and content there.
Gotcha. Yeah, that seems like it would be.
So for the lower income families and things like that, it might, you know, help a lot there.
Right. Or also a matter of privacy, right? Like if you're
Privacy.
or not just privacy, but parental control, right? Kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now
Absolutely.
I see that there's a button that says app info, and then at the very bottom there's another one that says v5.9.11 prod something.
That's just the version of the app. That's just the version of the app. So you have the most updated version.
Okay.
Or if you had a problem, then that's something our tech support might ask you, like, oh, what version are you running? And it's right there. And then we say, oh, your version's not up to date. Go ahead and download the updated version.